Hey everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today I've got Sean in the studio, and we're going to be playing some Flames of War. This time we're going to be playing out of the D-Day books. I'm going to be playing out of the D-Day American book, Sean's D-Day Germans, and we're going to be trying a new scenario. I think it's called Breakout. It's the last of the new scenarios in the German D-Day book. You've already seen probably Sam and I play the other ones already. So this one's going to be Sean's Germans trying to break out, being surrounded by some American armored rifles. So you think you're up to the challenge for that, Sean?
If this is Wizard of Folly's pocket, or is it Filet's pocket, I think there's a lot of casualties, so. But if it was me, I can make it out of there. Just me, though.
Just you. As long as one guy survives, that's you. So it'll be interesting to see the first mission out of that German book. Neither Sam and I really liked as far as the wind conditions, but the second one was really good. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays. And we didn't roll off for it. We're just playing thematically, which is, Normandy. Germans are trying to break out, and the Americans are trying to contain them. Just seemed kind of like the right thing to do. So Sean, you haven't played Flames of War for a little while, a little rusty. You ready to? Ready to take on these Americans?
Yeah, I mean, I got excuses ready too, so I thought of them on the way here.
Oh, good.
At least there's not too many special rules, so.
No, there's not. The German D-Day book, I don't know if you've looked at it too closely. It seems pretty good. I'm not a primarily German player, but I really like both books, the American book particularly, obviously, and the German book. Did you take any cards with your list?
I just had enough room for Lucky. That was it. I looked at the Tiger Ace, and I was like, I could get those in there, but fitting 3 Tigers in there, that'd be the majority of the army. So I was like, I want to show off some of my other stuff. I don't think I've even had a chance to use since I painted it like a year ago. So
yeah, I don't think you've brought the Panzer IVs to the channel before. A lot of that stuff, so that'll be cool. Yeah, and Lucky's the only card I'm bringing as well. Honestly, I think Lucky's the only one that's worth it point-wise. After playing with them for a while, Lucky seems to be the only one. I mean, some of the character upgrades just seem too pricey. 3 or 4 points, that's a whole other platoon of something, right? So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But all right, we're going to go ahead and show you the armies. Then we'll go ahead and get deployed for the scenario, and then we'll show you how the scenario is going to work.
All right, so I'm back. I brought a pretty, common list for the time, but I have 2 companies. I got a Panzer IV Company. We're real simple, just 3 squads of Panzer IVs, and then 2 squad for the command. And then I have a Grenadier Company commander with the only Panzerfaust, 2 minimum squads of Grenadiers, and then minimum squad of I think it's the 10.5s. With a little Panzer III observer tank. I really want to get a Panzer III in there. You can only take 2 of the 8cm mortars, so I got those, just looking for some extra smoke. And then I got the 7.5s anti-tank guns. I really like how they look and bringing them, so sometimes they're good, sometimes they can't really do much, but they're always good to bring.
Here's my 100 points of U.S. armored rifles. Starting out, I have my HQ, which is these 2 stands riding in a half-track. I believe those are SMG teams. The real core of my formation is 2 armored rifle platoons, full size. So they've got their 5 half-tracks, 5 bazookas, 2 light machine guns, a 60mm mortar, and 6 rifle teams. So 14 teams total, and we've got 2 of those. We also have a unit of 81mm armored mortars. That's in the core formation as well. Also some armored 57mm guns. Don't have the tracks for those. I kind of forgot those today, so we're going to assume they were kind of in position to begin with. Then in support of this formation, we've got a battery of priests, which unlocks the AOP, which I'll be bringing. We also have a cavalry recon platoon. We have a M10 platoon, and then a platoon of 4 Sherman 76s. Those are the veteran ones. Then to round it out, I have my last point is spent on my trusty Lucky card. So there you go. That's 100 points of veteran U.S. Armored Rifles out of the D-Day book. All right, so we are down and ready to start the mission. So the mission is breakout. The way that it works is Sean is breaking out. So the German army is basically in a strip along the board here, and we can see we got what the Pack 40s, 105s, mortars, infantry, the entire tank company, and are those grenadiers? Panzer grenadiers? So where's it? Oh, there's the other grenadier platoon. So he's stacked up over here. The idea is he's breaking out. He has the first turn, and his objective is one of these two objectives over here. So that's him breaking out and winning the game, is capturing one of those. But to stop him, I've got 60 points on the board. I've got an armored rifle platoon here. Yes, that's one big infantry platoon. The HQ guys are right here. 57 millimeter anti-tank guns, priests, 81 millimeter mortars, and armored recon out there on my flank. I also get 4 minefields. So I've got a minefield here, kind of denying this approach, well, hopefully. A minefield in that field, and one over there, which looks like he's totally ignoring right now. And then we've got our ranged in markers as well. So Sean wins. You win by holding an objective at the end of any of your turns, and that's it. You know, if you hold it, get it on turn 2 and hold it at the end of your turn, you win. I win by on turn 6 or longer if you are not within 8 inches of an objective. Then I win on turn 6, so you've got to bring it on. In addition, I have an ambush, an M10 platoon, and I also have my AOP is on the is part of my 60-point force on the table, so I'll be rolling for him. And reserves, I have my Sherman 76s and another armored rifle platoon. The kind of interesting twist in this scenario is my reserves arrive along the back edge of the table. So we're kind of closing in on the Germans, and this is their last chance to bust out. All right, Sean, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be German turn 1. All right, Sean's got some cross-checking to do.
All right, I'll start over here with my command squad, try to get in there.
Okay.
So I'll go left, right.
And these have a cross-check of 3 up, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. So they're both good.
There, and then I'll just do these other 3 coming over.
Okay, and you've already kind of pre-measured where you are. So normally I can already hear the comments. You're supposed to do these one at a time, but he knows where they're going to end up if they're successful. So we're all good.
So I'll just start snaking from here. So
Okay.
it's that first one, this back one here, and then the very last one. All right.
Nice, okay.
Then we'll do these from here to here. First one, finally got it stuck. Middle one. Well, at least hopefully they're okay. One made it.
So you kind of went back and finally averaged it all out, but that's your trouble platoon, it looks like. All right, he's going to put his tanks in their final places. We'll come back with German recap. All right, German movement is complete. It looks like Sean has dashed the majority of his armor forward. Only 2 tanks failed their cross-check. Bogging's not a thing anymore. And then, let's see, you've got some stuff in the back. You've left an infantry squad back here, I'm assuming to act as a counter in case I get lucky with my reserves. But on to German shooting. All right, at the shooting phase, Sean's got, he's going to try to range in some smoke. So who are you using? You're using the...
So I'm going to use my observer tank to help out my 8cm mortars.
And they're trying to range in right here where this die is. And you're looking for 3s.
Yep, I'll just do them all at once.
Yep, doesn't really matter.
All right.
Yeah, that's a really good
save
one.
those. Should save those for later, but whatever.
All right, so you're throwing down a line of smoke, and then you've got a range in marker for the other one, so you're actually throwing both your smokes down on this turn. All right. All right, and so now we have a smoke line, basically 16 inches of smoke. There is a small gap right here. Sean couldn't quite get them to line up, but that should be enough to protect his tanks pretty well. And there's no other shooting in the German turn, so we're going into American turn 1. All right, start of American turn. First thing I'd have to do if I wanted to was reveal an ambush, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Sean's smoke line was successful, I think did what he wanted to do. I really don't have any good spots to pop my M10s just yet. I'll wait till next turn because that'll probably be the big turn. Next up, reserves on a 5+. Let's see if we can bring in something behind Sean's army. And we do. Oh, I've got some thinking now. Do I need to bring in my armored rifles or my tanks? Alright, I decided to drive in my Sherman 76s, so they came into that field there, mainly to get a rear shot at these Panzer IVs that failed their cross-check. Next, I need to roll for my AOP. Instead of a 4-up normally for airplanes, AOPs are a 3-up. I actually looked up the rule between now and the last time I used these. So let's see. So my AOP does come in, and we'll pick a good spot for him. Alright, and my AOP is going to end up landing there, or at least flying around there. He's not landing, Sean. I think I'm going to go after these packs because they can present some danger to my Shermans behind your flanks. But we'll see. Alright, so that is all my starting step stuff. So now on to American movement. For the rest of my movement, my armored recon platoon terrain dashed over there around that building, kind of threatening Sean's observer. I know he's probably sad about that. You saw me place the AOP, I got that in. Otherwise, the only moves I made were over here. I did move up 57mm to this wall. He didn't have enough movement to get there yet because these tanks are going to be pouring through here. I want more fire coming this way. Alright, so I think that's it for movement, so let's go straight into shooting. I'm going to start first by trying to range in my AOP, ranging in the Priest battery right here. So if I'm successful, I'll hit these 3 guns and that one 10.5 without covering terrain. So I'm looking for a 3-up with my veteran Priests. Well, let me double check that. Yes, it is a 3+, and here's the first attempt. Here's the second attempt. No time on target, that's sad. And here's the third attempt. Okay, got it on the third attempt. So normally you're hit on 4s, right?
Yeah.
With these guys? So 5, 6s because it's the third attempt. So I'll just go down the line there. First guy, that's actually hit. Second guy, it's actually hit. Third guy misses. And then this 105. Ooh, okay, sorry.
Yep.
That was disgusting. Yeah.
I'll go down line 2, 3-up.
Good.
3-up for the next gun.
Good.
And then this is a 4-up for the heavy gun.
10.5.
Okay.
No, so it's a 3-up firepower because you are dug in. Whew. And we got him. Oh, sorry, I hit your model there. Yeah, so we took out one of the 105s, but the packs are all good. Next up, the Sherman 76s are going to be firing at these 2 Panzers. They're going to target the platoon commander. I have to use stabilizers because I moved, so each guy is getting 2 shots. They're all at long range. So normally I hit you on 5s, 4s base, 5s for range, 6s because I have to use stabilizers. But it lets me shoot 2 shots. So here we go, we're looking for some more 6s. And oh, there we go, the averages just kind of rolled right back, Sean. So no hits from the Sherman 76s. And with that, I believe I am done with American turn 1. I took out a gun, they're pinned, and that 105 is actually going to be testing every turn now to run away. But other than that, my Sherman's whiffed. On to German turn 2. Alright, so Sean's going to try to unpin this guy first on a 4-up, right?
Yep.
Okay. And he's unpinned, but does he stick around on a 3-up? He does, okay.
See if I can get these guys unpinned.
Oh yeah, those guys...
Nope.
No, oh, so they stay pinned. Yep. And Sean's company commander's right here, so he can see the platoon commander of that pack, so he's going to try to give them a reroll.
Another 4+.
Another 4. Okay, so now they are unpinned as well. So nothing is pinned going into German movement. Alright, so Sean's got some cross checks to make here. Who are you going to start with?
I'll do this Panzer IV squad right here, these 3.
Okay.
I'll start from the farthest 3-up.
Good.
And middle guy. Nope, and the last guy.
Good.
Alright.
Alright, so you want to move those into position?
Sounds good.
Alright, so they end up there, and he failed his cross check there. So next up, Sean?
I got my command squad. I'll do the farthest, then the closest. So 3 up.
Good. Good. So those two end up right there. And then that's your command platoon, right?
Yep.
And then you've got those two guys who failed last turn. Let's see if they can do a little bit better.
All right. I'll start with the front guy.
Over here, right?
Yeah, since these 3 are together. So
Okay.
3 up for that guy.
He's good.
Then I'll do the commander of the squad. He's good. And then the last dude.
It's good. All right. All right. So after all that cross-checking, the Panzers end up there. That's a lot of German armor closing in on this one lone armored rifle platoon. All right. So any other movement, Sean?
That's it.
All right. On to German shooting. All right. So I think first up, Sean wants to try to bombard right here where the template is using your observer Panzer, right?
Yep.
And are you firing the 105s or the mortars?
The 105, since starting with 2 and then ending with 1, I think I'm still re-rolling successful hits.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so go ahead. It is covering terrain, so normally your skill, I think, was 3, you said? 3 up?
Yep.
So 4 up to range in successfully. All right, so let's see it.
All right, first attempt.
5 up, you got it. All right, so you've covered everyone here. So why don't you just start rolling, and we'll put a die by the guys who you hit. So why don't you go ahead, and I think you're re-rolling successful hits, right?
Yeah, so I'll do 2 at a time.
And I'm hit on 4s because I'm veteran, so do 2 at a time. So nope. And this guy, yes, so he's hit. This guy, nope. This bazooka team, nope. This bazooka team, nope. So close. This bazooka team, nope. This platoon commander, no. This 60 millimeter mortar, no. This company commander, yes. And then this 2IC, no. All right. So I've got a 3 up save here. Drop dies don't count. So he's good. And then a 3 up save here. He's good. But that's what you wanted. You got the pin. So these guys are pinned down. All right, next up, Sean is basically firing machine guns at someone in this armored rifle platoon. 12 shots total, needing 6s. They're 40 hit base, 5 because they're concealed, 6 because they're gone to ground.
All right.
Oh, just 1. All right. All right, so Sean put the hit here on this bazooka team. I'm going to try to swap it on a 3+. And I do, so I'm going to swap it to, I'm going to go to this LMG team because I don't think he's going to be that helpful to me. And then the LMG team save, he does. All right, next up, 4 of these Panzer IVs are in range of this guy, just barely within 16. So they're going to cut loose with 16 machine gun shots, looking for 6s. And 1 off the table, so go ahead and re-roll that. So you got 2 hits. That's the only guy those guys, I believe, can see. So we'll just go straight to the saves for those. So 2 fails, so 2 6-up firepowers to see if you get them. And you kill them. Nice. Cool. All right, so just a quick recap. That's it for German shooting. Sean managed to pin down this armored rifle platoon, which is very important, and kill a LMG team. So on to, well, I don't know. Are you going to assault with the 1 tank?
Going for it.
Gonna go for it. All right. So on to the assault phase. All right. So 1 Panzer IV made the assault. I've got some defensive fire. The rifle teams can't really hurt Sean at all. So I do have 5 bazookas. 1 is going to be in the woods. I'm going to hit you on a 6 with that one, Sean. And then everyone else can see the majority of your tank outside of the woods. So those are going to be hitting on 5s. And that's because I'm pinned down. So normally I would hit you on 4s. All right. So these ones are hitting on 5s. We got 1 hit on a 5, and then a 6 for the guy in the woods. No. So it is AT-10 versus normally your side armor is 3. But with bazooka skirts, your side armor goes up to 5. So it's 5 versus my anti-tank at 10. You need a 5 to equal or a 6 to bounce.
All right.
Let's see it.
Get that beautiful 6.
Well, glance. So 5 up firepower to bail you out. No. All right. So you can go in and make your roll.
All right. 3s.
And you killed And alright, so I gotta motivate. So let's see if I can do that. 4 up, and we make it with a 5. I needed that because conceivably you could have won. Alright. Alright, I managed to get 6 teams in contact, 3 rifle teams, 3 bazooka teams. My rifle teams are hitting on 4s. We got 1 hit. And my bazooka teams are hitting on 5s, 3 of those. And we got 1 of those. So the important one, let's resolve the bazooka team first. Sean, that's going to be AT-10 versus your side armor 5. So you need another 5 to equal or 6 to bounce.
All right.
So let's see what you got there. So that's a pen. So a 5 up firepower. So you're bailed out.
Okay.
And then the other guy was a AT2 against your top. So do a save for that one as well. Just not a 1. So you bounce that one. So you're bailed, and we'll be right back. And at the end of the German assault phase, we end up here with a burning German wreck on the objective. Basically, once he was captured, the assault was over. No one else was in range, so these guys went back into the woods a little bit. And then that's it for German turn 2. So on to American turn 2. That was a close thing. You almost won there. So that's something to learn about this mission. But on to American turn 2. And first things first, let's see if I get some reserves. 2 dice, looking for 5s. One's off the table, so we'll go. Nope, no reserves this time. And then we are going to unpin the armored rifle platoon. So let's see that. 4 up, we're good. The company commander, they're good as well. My AOP, does it come back on a 3+? Do I get it this turn? I do. And I think that's all my housekeeping. Oh no, ambush. Let's go back to ambush. I do want to ambush. And Sean was gracious enough to let me place my ambush. They pop up here, looking at those Panzers across that open field and minefield. So now, with all of this stuff in the starting step done, we are going to American movement. All right, movement is done. I drove out those 76s. I dashed my recon platoon to kind of counter this infantry. Of course, I'll probably climb into the buildings before I get there. And then you saw where I placed my ambush. And those guys aren't pinned down. So we are heading to shooting phase. All right, the M10s are going to fire 8 shots into, what is this? Is this a platoon of 3 and a platoon of 2?
What's a little funny is I think it's these 2 with this one with these 2, and this is my company command squad.
Okay, so we'll actually divide up the shots then. We're going to put 6 shots into this platoon of 3, and then we'll put 2 shots into this platoon of 3. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so here we go. 6 shots into that top platoon. And we're hitting on 4s. Ugh. So just 1 hit out of that group. See what I told you, Sean, about rolling the more dice I roll in a group? And then 2 shots into that platoon of 3, hitting on 4s. I got 1 there. So that is, so we'll hit him. Oh no, him and him. If you want to go to armor, it's AT-12.
All right, the one thing, so 12, I would need 6s. I think I might want to do mistaken target to try to move it back
Swap
so I
it
can get
back.
a +1.
Okay. So you can swap them for a 3.
And then I think I'll do the same here with this one, so let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
I'll do this one.
Good call.
Maybe out.
Yep.
This one right here.
3 up. All right, so your 7 armor, oh sorry, your 6 armor goes to 7, so it's 7 versus 12. So a 5 will equal, 6 will bounce.
All right, for that one.
So you bounce it, nice.
This one.
And a firepower check. So a 3 up, and we bail them out. That M10 ambush was terrible. All right, I've got 3 57mm anti-tank guns, 2 stayed put, 1 moved. So it's going to be 5 shots targeting this lead platoon. It's going to be out in the open, so I'm hitting you at 4s at close range. And we got 3 hits, so we're going to put 2 on the lead guy and 1 on the back. This is AT-10 versus your front armor of 6. Sean, if you want to go ahead and make those saves.
All right, I just want to swap to get 2 onto this one.
Okay.
So 3s.
You can do that.
All right, I'll do him.
So that's
10.
an equal.
And then...
And that's 2 pens. So here's the equal. I think the firepower is 4+. We'll double check. So firepower, so he's bailed out. And then a double bail for this guy. So go ahead and make a morale check real quick. So he's...
I'll do a reroll.
You'll use your lucky. All right, he's using his lucky card, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless I can see through here, but I'll roll it either way.
Okay, so he is just bailed out. So they're both bailed out. All right, so that company commander was here. He is able to see that tank. So he didn't have to use lucky. He just used his company commander reroll. All right, next up we're going to try to hit these guys again. I'm already ranged in, so I'm just going straight to trying to hit. And I think I'm just covering these 3 because I killed the guy who was covered earlier. So I'm just going to go down the line, Sean, hitting you on, I believe you're hit on 4s. First guy, second guy, third guy. I did better when I needed 6s to hit you. All right, next up, my Shermans are going to be machine gunning that infantry. I've got 8 50 cal shots hitting on 6s because they are gone to ground and dug in. And then I've got 8 30 cal shots. So we got 2 hits there. Now we'll go ahead and do that and that if you want to make your save, Sean.
Yep. 3s. I'll reroll that one.
Too cocked. Yep, good. And good. And that's all that's going into them, so they're not going to be pinned down. And I think, let's see, I think that is it. So, on to German turn 3. But before we do that, Sean graciously reminded me I probably want to scoot and shoot with these guys, which I do. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that off, which I don't think we do. I think we are a 4, but I'll double check. Yep, they're 4, so no scooting and shooting for them. All right, so Sean's got some remounting to do over here. You've got protected ammo, so you need 3 up to get back in.
Okay, I think I'm going to want to do this one first.
Okay.
So 3 up.
He's good?
Good. This guy, 3 up.
He's good. All right, so they're back in, and then you've got 1 bailed out tank back there. He's good as well. So it's like you didn't take any damage at all. On to German movement phase. Oh no, sorry. Your 10.5 needs to see if it sticks around.
Gotcha. That 3 up last stand. He's gone.
He's gone. Okay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to blitz these guys forward. A 3 up. Nope, but I'll use lucky on it.
Okay. So that time you use lucky, and they can blitz. All right, so those guys end up there after blitzing and moving, and then we've got some cross checks over here, right, Sean?
Yep. So this guy's just going to try to cross on a 3 up.
Okay.
So he's over, and then these guys are going to shuffle over and take his spot.
Okay. All right, Sean's going to fire these Pack 40s long range into this poor M10. It's going to be, what, 6 shots?
Yep.
Oh, normally I hit on 4s, 5s for long ranges, 6s because of concealment from the hedge. So let's see some 6s. I got 1. And it's AT what on those guys?
12.
12. My armor is 5, so it goes to 6 for range. So I need a 6 to equal. And I do not. I think that's a 3. So if you want to go straight to firepower.
3 up.
And that's 1 dead M10. Next up, these 2 Panzer IVs are firing into the M10s. It's going to be 3 shots. 1 guy blitzed and didn't move. 1 guy blitzed and moved a little bit. So 3 shots, hitting on 5s. Nada. Next up, the company commander and his 2 IC are going to be firing 4 shots. Needing... This guy might be out of short range now. You might want to check.
Yep.
And that guy's in. So 2 shots on 6s, 2 shots on 5s.
I'll do those 6s first.
Nope. And the
those
5s. No. Okay. Next up, Sean has this platoon of 3. 1 of them moved, 2 didn't, so it's going to be 5 shots into the M10s, looking for 5s. Okay, oh, there we go. So it's one hit for each of the surviving tanks. Those are all short range. You're AT-11 versus my front armor 5. So I'm going to need to roll high here. Starting at the top here, Sean, here we go. First guy is a pen, second guy is a pen, and third guy is a pen. So if you want to go firepowers, top to bottom.
I'll re-roll that one.
Okay. Bailed, bailed, bailed. Whew. Okay. And then last but not least for the tanks anyway, we got 2 shots here at long range into the same M10s. Looking for 6s. Oh, got one. So my front armor 6, I could bounce it on a 6, and I do. Alright, so Sean's going to try to drop a bombardment right here, spotting with his observer the mortars. So normally you'd range it on a 3, 4 because the template's covering terrain. Let's see, first attempt. You got it. And that covers 4 teams. And you hit me, I'm hit on 4s. So I'll just point, and if you want to
I only got 2 teams, so I need...
Oh, you need 2 4s? Okay, he's good. This rifle team, he's good. This bazooka team. No, and this bazooka team. Yes. So that's 1 hit on the bazooka team. Oh, sorry, go ahead. And then 3 up save, he's good. But you managed to pin him down. Okay, there's a bunch of Germans in those buildings, and they're going to be firing into the infantry. It's going to be 10 shots total, hitting on 6s because I haven't gone to ground and concealed. Didn't shoot last turn. Okay, that's 2 hits. Alright, so the hits are assigned there. We got a 3 up here. It's good. And a 3 up here is good. So that's it for the shooting phase. Going into the assault phase. Your shooting was a little lackluster too. Well, your firepowers anyway. You got some good shots. You only killed 1 M10, which is still better than I managed to do last turn. But we'll see if you did enough. You know, they might run away if I roll really badly on the remount test. So let's go ahead and go into the assault phase, Sean. You got some tanks coming in. All right, defensive fire. I've got 1 bazooka shot out in the open. He's hitting on a 5 because I am pinned down. And we got the hit. And then we've got 3 bazookas hitting on 6s because they're either shooting through woods or burning tanks or whatnot. And we don't get anything there. So that hit's going to be on, we'll go on this guy. If you want to make your save, side armor 5 against anti-tank 10. No, so let's see that firepower test. 5 up, he's bailed out. Alright, so German swing time, you got a, let's see, you're hitting me on a 4, correct?
I believe it's 3 because they're
3. Oh, you're, okay. And that's not good enough, alright. Alright, so let's roll to see if I can counterattack. 4 up. Whew, okay. Alright, so we've got the counterattack there, 2 deep. We've got basically 3 bazookas and 4 rifle teams. All of them are either touching or can touch the company commander, so we're just going to, platoon commander, sorry, dump everything here. Here's the 3 bazookas hitting on 5s. Nope. And then here are the 4 other guys hitting on 4s. So there we go, we got 2 of those. So Sean, if you want to, I guess, not roll a 1 for either one of those. Oh, okay, so he is automatically bailed out, ending the assault. And the assault ends there with 3 burning German tanks, and that's pretty much the end of German turn 3, so on to American turn 3. Alright, so start of American turn 3. Start of American turn 3. First thing I need to do is try to, well, first thing is reserves, but I'm going to get my reserve platoon automatically. I only have 1, and it's I'm rolling 3 dice, so 1 is going to be successful no matter what. So I'm going to go and try to get these guys back in to their tanks. So let's see, we're going to start at the top, down to the bottom. I believe these guys are 4 ups. First guy, good. Second guy, good. Third guy, good. Okay. I guess you're not the only one who can bail back into your tanks, Sean. I've got a pinned down armored rifle platoon. Let's see what we can do there. 4 up there, no longer pinned. And I think that's all my housekeeping. We'll move on my reserves and do my movement next. Forgot, also need to see if my plane comes back in. On a 3-up, he's here. Okay, my armored rifle platoon came in from reserves there. They're kind of moving in a little bit too far to get the charge off the turn they arrive, so they're just walking, so we're going to see what happens. But next up, I'm going to try to blitz my Shermans and see what I can do here. The idea is I want to get up against this hedge so I can start putting some fire in here, make Sean move forward so he can't pick my forces apart at range. So let's see if I can pull off that blitz. And I'm veteran, but I double check my skill. Alright, so that 3-up is a failure. They are trained, even though they're hit on 4s as veterans. So I'm going to use lucky too, Sean. What the heck? We'll go for a 4-up. 50-50 chance we can pull this off. And we got it. Alright. Alright, American movement is now done. I moved my armored rifle platoon and the company commander forward to basically act as a blocker. I blitzed the Shermans, as you saw earlier. So I've got Sean in a good crossfire. We'll see if we can make anything happen. So here we go, into American shooting. We're going to start with the 57mm anti-tank guns. They're going to fire into this guy. I got 6 shots, none of them moved, and I'm hitting you at 6s. You're normally 4, 5 for range, 6 because we're firing over this rock wall. Alright, so let's see if we can tag you. No, we can't. Alright, next up, this recon platoon's throwing some shots into the infantry who are kind of still out in the open there. So it's going to be 4 50 cal shots hitting you on 4s because you are veteran. So let's see what we can get here. Just 1 hit. We're going to go ahead and put it on this guy.
I don't think I can move it. So.
Yeah, you can't move it, so 3-up. So he's good. Next up, we're going to go with my Sherman 76s. Let's see if they can redeem themselves after the last few turns of shooting. That guy did get around the corner. He's firing into this guy out in the open. Short range, you're hit on 4s, normally 5s, because I have to use stabilizers. But I get 2 shots. And we fail with both of them. And then over here, the other 3 are shooting at the these Panzers, I guess this platoon commander, and they are hitting on 5s as well because they have to use stabilizers. And so we got 1 hit, and that was my target. So if you want to go ahead and make your save there,
it'd be 3 against 12, I think.
3 against 12, yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to rub it in. I forgot for a second. And then a 3-up firepower. Hey, we actually killed him, so that guy's dead, but since he's a platoon commander, you can nominate another tank as your platoon commander. Next up, we've got this platoon of M10s. I'm going to go into this platoon of 3 because they'll be at short range. I got 6 shots, 3 tanks left, hitting you on 4s. Hey, okay. So this time we'll put 2, 1, and 1. If you want to go ahead and make your saves, you need 6s to equal.
All right. None of them can be at long range, right? Like this one is still at close range?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of those are at short range.
All right.
So if you want to do, you're going to do the 2 guy first?
Yeah.
All right. So 1 pen, 1 possible bail.
To the middle fella.
Middle guy
Nope.
is penned and penned. Okay, so let's do the pen first on this guy that got penned and bailed, or possible bail. So 3-up for the firepower for the penetration, and he's destroyed. So that bail goes away. 3-up for this guy, he's gone, and 3-up for that last guy, he's gone. Ooh. Okay, now the M10s make their presence known and wipe that platoon in 1 shot. All right, next up, we're going to repeat the bombardment here. This Pac 40 hit on a 4. Next Pac 40, there we go, next one. So just the one in the middle is hit.
3-up.
And he's good.
I think it's repeat.
Oh yeah, it's a repeat bombardment.
3-up.
Good, he's solid. But they are pinned down, and I think the only remaining shooting I have is maybe some miscellaneous fire into that infantry platoon. Okay, I've got 5 shots into the infantry up in the building. So, well, actually, we'll target him, but if we get more than that, we'll see. 5 shots hitting on 5s. So we got 1 hit. Oops, sorry. There it goes. Wipes out everything. And you're far enough away you can try to swap it to a guy in the building if you want for bulletproof cover.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and do that. 3 up.
Okay.
2,
And
and
then
then
3 up save. 6 up firepower. Here's where all that swapping is good. All right, so he's good. Okay, and I think with that is the end of the turn. Oh, do I want to scoot and shoot with these guys? I think I do want to try to do that. See, I remembered this time. 4 up. Hey, they do it. So they're just going to basically back up outside of 2 so they're not visible this way. On to German turn 4. All right, first up in the German turn, I think we've got some unpinning on these Pack 40s, right, Sean?
Yep.
All right, and they unpin on a 3 up, I think. They do. Oh no, maybe they don't.
I think it's a 4, but I get to re-roll.
Oh yeah, your company commander's right here. Let's see that 4 up. No, they're still pinned. All right, next up we have some some cross checks to make.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my command squad over into here.
Okay.
So 3 up on the farthest guy, then there's this guy. He's stuck. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with the remaining tanks. This guy's gonna pop out here, and this guy's gonna try to pop out there too. So
Okay.
I'll do this guy first. 3 up.
Good.
He's good. Back guy, 3 up.
He's good. And then after all that cross-checking and movement, that's where the Panzers end up. Is this guy, Sean, not moving at all?
Oh, so he got stuck, so I think he'll be right here.
Just keep him outside of 2 of that minefield, and he'll be just fine. Alright, so first up, all the infantry in this building and around it are going to be firing into the armored rifle platoon. Some of the shots are going to give me cover, the guys on the bottom floor basically. Top floor is shooting over that brick wall, so no cover. So Sean, which set are you throwing first?
Bottom floor, so
Bottom
the
floor.
cover.
Alright, so these are hitting on 5s. And we got 3, okay. And then your next set hits on 4s. Right, and 6 more shots hitting on 4s. Well, that's pretty good. 5 more hits. So they're definitely pinned. Okay, Sean has assigned his hits thusly, and I'm going to go ahead and try to make some saves. So let's see some 3 ups here. Oh, he's dead. Ugh. This rifle team. No, he's dead. This bazooka team. He's good. This platoon commander. He's good. This bazooka team. He's good. This bazooka team. He's good. This rifle team. He's dead. This bazooka team. Oh, he's dead too. Good shooting. He killed 4 teams. Next up, all these Panzer IVs are going to be opening up with their machine guns. Basically, it's going to be 4 shots hitting on 5s and then 12 shots hitting on 4s. So what are you going to start with, Sean?
I'll go with the 5s.
All right, let's see some 5s. Ugh. 3 5s. All right, 3 hits so far. And then 12 on 4s.
One of those
Okay.
was a miss.
All right, so you've got, looks like
4,
6 more.
7, 9 shots.
Yep. All right, so go ahead and assign them. We'll be right back. Okay, we've got a hit signed. This team's just at a range to take any hits from being a target. So over here, a 3 up. I think that one's well and truly cocked. Oh, he's dead. And then all these other guys are doubled up on hits. So this guy, he's good. Next guy, he's dead. Next guy, he's dead. And then I'm thinking running out of my foxholes and charging your army wasn't a good idea, Sean. Last guy. Oh, he's alive. All right. And then that's it for the Panzers. All right, so Sean's moving his range in point basically here to cover those 3 teams. So normally you range it on 3s, so 4s. Well, let's see it.
First
Cool.
attempt.
Got it. Your artillery's been on point. And then you're hitting me on 4s. So if you want to go this rifle team first.
Missed.
And then this company command team.
Missed.
And this company command team. Oh, got one. Alright. 3-up save. Woo! He's good. Right over there, that Pack 40 did manage to turn. We're going to get one shot off at the in the open Sherman 76. It couldn't quite make it around that cover, so you're just hitting me straight up on a 4, Sean. And you got it. And it's my side, correct?
I think it'll be your front still.
Oh, it's gonna be
because it'll be like this. So I think, is that?
Yeah, yeah. So front number 7 plus, that's not enough, so go to your firepower.
3-up.
You got one. Alright, we had one platoon, well, just one tank and one platoon charge forward to assault my armored rifle platoon. Looks like I've got at least 2, so it's going to be 3 bazooka shots at you. But I'm pinned down. Normally I'm hitting you on 4, so I'm hitting you on 5s. So theoretically I should get one of these. The odds are with me, but let's see what happens. How about all 3, Sean? Ooh.
I'm gonna get it right back here.
All right, you can do that. You can do that back to me.
Nope.
No, you can't. So that's even the 4 is a pen because your side's 5, so that's 9. So 5-up firepowers. We got them. All right. So next up, the company command platoon is going in, but only one tank can make it. So we think, Sean and I both think that's the company commander that's charging in. I've only got 2 bazookas that are in range now because that guy's just outside of 8. So we are looking for 5s. No. So go ahead and make your swing.
All right. So I need that 3-up.
You killed one. All right. Let's see if I can motivate back. I need that 4-up. Nope. Company commander. No, I'm going to break off. This isn't good. Alright, so we end up there. My bazooka team fell out side of 6. He moved up closer to the objective. And with that, I don't think we have any more assaults or anything. So that is concludes turn 4 for the Germans. Okay, first up I'm going to try to unpin this armored rifle platoon. So let's see that 4-up. Okay, they're unpinned. And then I'm going to try to unpin the command platoon, and they are unpinned as well. And I'm not in bad spirits. I'm still in good spirits. This guy got promoted to platoon commander, and this guy are both within 6, so we're still in good spirits. And then we're gonna go into movement. Next up, I gotta see if my AOP shows up on a 3+. Hey, he's here. He's been here all game so far. I'm going to do some cross checks. We're going to go straight into cross checks. He's going to stay put. He's in a good spot to shoot this guy. But those 2 are going to try to cross. This guy first. Fails. Next guy fails. Okay, well, that makes that easy. And over here, we're going to try to blitz. Let's see that 4-up. Yep. All right, so they're going to move back up to the hedges just like that. And those guys move back into the woods to get some protection and cover. And then over here, my armored rifle platoon moved up into the woods to assault Sean's grenadier platoon. But really, this is kind of, you could wipe me out, I could wipe you out. It really doesn't affect the battle either way. Really, it comes down to this. If I can shoot enough tanks to break your Panzer Company, then I don't think you'll be able to get anything to contest. Well, I guess those could contest, so we'll see how it goes. All right, on to American shooting. All right, I've got one bazooka team left in this platoon. He's going to shoot at that tank. 4 is normally, 5's because I moved, 6 because I'm shooting through the woods. Let's see if I can get that bazooka hit. No. Over here, we're going to fire, let's see. Well, we'll come back when we decide. All right, they're dumping all 6 shots into this guy. It's going to be on 4s. Okay, we got 3 hits, Sean. You need 6s to equal. Okay, so three up firepowers. He's triple dead. And I couldn't hit the company commander because I just can't see him, so that's why I had to waste all those shots into him. Over here, those two don't have shots, but the guy around the corner does have shots into this guy. He's fully exposed, hitting you on 4s because I didn't move. Oh. And we got 1-6, so no, that's a little too cocked. Let's re-roll that one. There we go. So that's a AT-12 into your rear here, Sean, so just straight to firepower, and we got him. And, oh, let's go straight to here. We've got these 57mm into this guy. I'll double check range and be right back. So 2 can actually see him. Third one, the one in the back, is kind of blocked by his friends. So that's going to be 4 shots, short range, hitting on 4s. We got 3 hits. That's going to be your front armor, Sean, so that's 10 versus your front armor of 6. So possible bail, and pen. Let's do the pen first. 4 up. He's bailed out, and then 2 more 4-ups to bail. So you've got basically your triple bailed, so you need 2 morale tests to stick around.
Okay.
So I don't. Can you give yourself a reroll?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll look that up because he is the company commander. So that guy is destroyed either through that, or he's all that's left of the Panzer Company, so he would have left anyway. Over there, I've got 6 50 cal shots into this guy. Did he shoot too, Sean? That guy that's kind of out?
Yeah, they all shot.
Okay, so that's going to be 6 50 cal shots into him, hitting on 4s. We got 1. So just a 3-up. He's good. I'm going to repeat bombardment here. So I'm hitting you on 4s. First guy, no. Of course, second guy, no. Third guy, no. Oh, jeez. Those Pac 40s have led a charmed life so far. I think that's it for my shooting. So I will try to, with the tank destroyer doctrine, since I successfully blitzed, I can try to scoot and shoot. So we'll try to do that on a 4+. So we'll back them out of 2 inches away from the hedge so those Pac 40s can't shoot me. And with that, I believe that is the end of American turn 4. All right, so Sean and I have been talking a little bit before the German turn, and I think Sean decided that there's not much point to go on, so we're going to call it there. All right, well, thanks, Sean. Good game. That was a good game. So we're going to jump right into the after-game show here and talk about it. Well, first, let's talk about your decision to not to call it quits. I pulled these guys just out of 12 of your infantry in the building, so you wouldn't be able to get a successful charge off here this turn. You could have shot them, but you couldn't charge them. Now, you could have charged over here, but still, assuming everything went perfect and you killed those guys, you still wouldn't win. You'd still have to push into these 50 cal carrying vehicles to get that objective. So, and just looking at the odds, if you were to bring it out either way, one turn, he's going to eat a lot of machine gun fire, and there's only 5 teams in that building, so, or 6 teams. So it doesn't look good. And then over there, we kind of decided to just let it be. We didn't even bother shooting or assaulting or anything, just because no matter what happened there, he killed me, I killed him. It's not going to affect the outcome of the game. And in one turn, I don't think we had enough firepower to kill each other anyway. So Sean, talk about your strategy first in this mission. How do you think your strategy went together?
It went fine. It was a real fun game. I basically stuck to the main part of the strategy. Like, I kind of want to play Flames of War like more aggressively every game. So I was like going to throw everything out there. I was a little afraid that doing that, if you got a good round of shooting, this game would have ended like a turn or 2 earlier than this. So I'm pretty grateful that did not happen. And it was nice being able to put pressure the whole time. I thought this game was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, eventually you run out of momentum. Some of my assaults, like in the beginning, I almost think I should have not assaulted because it might have been better just to stay alive there, even though the tanks would have been in the open. But it's been a little while since I played, so I kind of didn't think of that very much. But I wanted to stay to the theme of just keep pressure on the whole time.
Yeah, even though you only got one tank into assault that second turn, I don't know if that was necessarily a bad idea or not. I mean, it kept pressure on me. And you did say you wanted to be aggressive, which you were. I thought that, I mean, if you had better die rolls, or if I failed my morale test, you could have won it on turn 2. So I think risking that one tank on that charge to potentially win the game is worth it. You know, it didn't pan out, but I made my 4 up, but I could just easily, and you saw like the last turn I failed my 4 up and my 4 up reroll. You know, there's a 25% chance or so that that's going to happen. So yeah, that was good, and I think we were both helped by whiffing die rolls. I mean, I ambushed, and I had my Shermans into your backfield, and the turn that I did that, I didn't kill any tanks with my tanks. I bailed out one. Or no, I bailed out a couple, and you got them.
Yeah, I think
you got them all back in.
3, and I got all 3 back in.
So it was like they didn't do anything. But then your next turn, you should have annihilated those M10s, but you failed 3 firepower checks, and then they got back in and annihilated you a turn later or 2 turns later.
Yep.
They annihilated them. So, see, what I like about version 4, it's still really swingy. If this happened, that would have happened. You had a chance to win early, even though your Panzers got totally wiped. There was still that hope right up until the end. I guess that turn where I got really good shooting, these guys killed 3 Panzers, and they took out a few tanks that they needed to finally. That was really the big thing. Once those guys were successful, the M10s, it was pretty much over. Even then, you had a couple of chances where you could win. And even then, this last assault, I had to fall outside of 6. So maybe moving forward, even though I let you annihilate me, was good, because I fell back 6, but I still could hold that objective. Whereas if I had failed it here, I kept my line here, and I failed it, I would have had to fall back 6, and you would have won. So maybe that sacrifice wasn't as bad as I thought. But so let's talk about the mission. So this is obviously a mission out of the German D-Day book, so it's meant to reflect Normandy. First, what'd you think about the theme? Like, feel like Normandy?
Yeah, the board looks good. You know, it was pretty desperate to move everything in there. It was kind of a back and forth, and like any war game, you kind of get a little piled up in here, just because there's the models. But you know, those are old French roads and stuff like that. I think that's what would have happened. So,
you know, looking at the outcome, I don't know if the defenders really need minefields. Like, the minefields seem to be a real hindrance to you.
I would have ran over him if I had to. At the end, if that guy could have moved, I would have gladly gambled.
Right. But it's a deterrent. Like, you didn't run your infantry through that field because there was a minefield there. And, you know, it made me know where you were coming so I could place my anti-tank guns better. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe it didn't matter too much. Personally, I think the mission was good. I think we both had chances to win or lose it early. But yeah, I like it. Would you play this mission again? I guess that's the important question.
Yeah, I just flipping through some of the missions, I do like them much more because there's not really a static or mirror matchup, and then also it's not like one person has to throw themselves into the fray and then the other person just sits there, destroys them, and then attacks. So
yeah.
I do like these kind of funny deployments where they look a little bit more narrative.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit more realistic. Free-for-all is fun, but you're right. Free-for-all has that, I guess Encounters the same way too, where it can be like a standoff. The first guy that goes gets annihilated, and then the other guy picks up the pieces. Or you both just stand at range and shoot back and forth at each other.
Yeah, so I liked it a lot, because like that's one reason I want to play more aggressive is because if you play aggressive, another person plays aggressive, there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of shooting.
Yeah.
But then if you both sit back, there's just a lot of hiding and shooting, which I don't find as fun. Right. If you always attack, you kind of end up with at least a interesting game.
And then over here, so what's interesting, I thought my Sherman 76s would be more involved in the game than they were, but you were so far forward that really they didn't destroy much. I mean, they killed 1 or 2 tanks. Really, they didn't do too much. The M10s, I guess they got a couple, but they were catching up the whole time. How do you feel about your backfield deployment?
I try to leave as the minimum amount because after I did the bombardment in the beginning, because as soon as they did the bombardment to get the smoke out, I actually didn't care about them so much. I almost think I could have maybe moved the infantry up too. That might have helped a little bit, but I was basically gonna just try to get my rear covered by getting into it so fast.
Yeah.
Because I was just not even gonna worry about it. I actually put these guys here just in case you did ambush here. I could at least shoot back.
Yeah.
Because if I had these like pointing backwards, I think you could have avoided them, and then it wouldn't matter that much killing anything back there. I was trying to throw everything as much momentum as possible to try to get that objective. So
yeah, I'm wondering if those infantry had moved up just kind of as a rear guard, just kept moving as a rear guard, it might have prevented my tanks from getting, but they did so little anyway. But yeah, that was a gamble. It's hard with those Pak 40s. You did get some shots, and you actually, I think they were the ones that destroyed that one M10, and they destroyed a Sherman 76. So I don't know. Who would you say is your unit of the match?
I couldn't say an individual one, but it's just the Panzer IVs. I mean, they pretty much got in there and they were keeping pressure. So I couldn't really say any specific one, but you know, all of them were getting killed and doing something. So which is nice because sometimes Panzer IVs are just like paper. In this game,
Yeah.
with the AT-12, and then what is it? Is that 9 or 10?
That's 10 with the 57 millimeter. Yeah.
Yeah, when you get long range and stuff like that, like they can still do something instead of always just getting just slashed every time. So
Yeah. I know we get some comments that are like, why aren't you using Panthers or why aren't you using Tigers? But the Panzer IV historically, there's a boatload more of them than there were Panthers and Tigers in Normandy.
and I only had G models, so I didn't want to.
Only G model Panthers. So yeah, and I had a lot of high AT in my list, but again, I don't think it. Well, it might have paid off with the M10s, but overall, yeah, I think my defensive strategy was good. I think picking this side was good. I'm thinking this mission is tough on the attacker.
Yeah, and the one thing is the Panthers really wouldn't help me that much in this one because they would only have the side armor 5.
Yeah.
Maybe Tigers, but I'd have barely any. So I don't know if I could try to steamroll with the Tigers, but I think the Panzer IVs are pretty good for bocage.
Yeah, I think so.
And shoot.
Well, and you're going against an armored rifle platoon, which is arguably one of the best infantry platoons in the game. And even though you threw your tanks, you threw all the machine gun fire, I even ran them out in the open, they're not even in poor spirits. They're still in good spirits. I mean, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams left, but you know, they stuck the whole battle defending that objective, which is just going to show you the strength of the American armored rifle platoon. Over there, I'd be curious what would have happened, but you know, one way or another, I would have got wiped out, or you would have got wiped out, and then there would have been a kind of a crippled platoon back there doing nothing much. But yeah. So there you go, guys. That is the mission breakout out of the new German D-Day book. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let us know down in the comments below. We also appreciate if you check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures Great and Small. You can kind of keep track of what we're up to. I'll let you know what we're doing. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.